Track says Houston here, showing you guys the new HPI E10 Monster Energy Drift Limited Edition. The case fully tricked out with all of the stickers and sponsors, and a neat feature, it's got the clear plastic windshields. Usually it's just black, not on this. It's an okay drift car. The wheels drift really easily. But look, with the concrete, they got ripped up after 4 runs. And only 2 of them, I think, were on concrete. So that's horrible. We started to run the Ken Block tires on there. Didn't drift as well. I mean, it still drifted, but it doesn't have as much power as a brushless Ken Block. So it was a little bit harder to get these tires to drift. You can buy some off of eBay or whatever that are a lot cheaper than buying a brand name, and they probably won't get ripped up as much. Some of the upgrades that you can do, if you look up a hopped up E10 on YouTube, he'll show you his entirely tricked out hopped up E10. It's got all like purple anodized metal and aluminum parts. And this, I mean, this is completely stock. We only got it the other day. 27 turn brushed motor from HPI. Just standard ESC, heats up a little bit, but it's got the cooling plates. 2.4 gigahertz radio system. See, there's the just got your standard knobs that you'd find on a 2.4. Another neat feature: drop down steering wheel. So that's nice. It comes ready to run with the plasma, 7.2 volt, 22 or 2000 milliamp nickel metal hydrate with that type of connector right there. Really slow charger, just like Track says though. Barely gets any runtime out of this battery. It's 6 cells, but really you should upgrade to at least 4000 and then get a better charger for it. With that battery in this car, completely standard setup, no different spur gears or pinion gears. It only did 16 miles per hour on GPS, so you know, we're probably gonna have to upgrade to brushless. The guy on Hopped Up E10 will show you what type it is. I think you can get cheap ones on here that'll give you high torque and still not nearly as much maintenance as the brushed. You can just see here all the detail. The shocks are pretty low and they're not adjustable, so that's another thing that you might want to upgrade with this car, is to get some adjustable shocks, because you can't even get this car up a curb without just smashing it. So something that you might want to do is get some nice shocks to raise up the car a little bit, but whenever you go over to the track and raise it, whatever, you can get you can lower the car down, so then you can race it. It's a pretty open spot for the battery. It's just held in here with this and pins. Really easy to open up the spur gears. Something that's really nice that I've never seen before is it tells you where to mark it with the pinion on there. So if you have your regular, I think it's 65 tooth spur on there, and then we have a 22 tooth pinion, which I thought was really a weird ratio. I mean, high torque, it's a drifter, but that just really kills the speed. So maybe that's another upgrade that you want to do. Maybe make it a 45 and a 31 tooth or whatnot. My friend said that he took apart the differential. Pretty easy to do. I mean, out of the box, he said he had a little bit of trouble. You might want to look it over a little bit, tighten up some screws. The steering servo is really, really awkward on this. It sits all the way back here behind the motor, right below the ESC and receiver. Comes all the way up there, and then attaches to this in here, and then you can steer it. So I think that that's probably a loss of a lot of the power Just takes a whole lot more torque to turn it, but you know, whatever. It's got the on and off switch, another great feature, instead of just like the regular track says button. This car, if you're gonna race it, it needs some upgrades, definitely. But if you're just a kid who wants to drift around and you like Monster Energy or whatever, just go out and get this car. $200. It's a little bit much for what it is, but you know, it's Monster Energy. So, great beginner. If you want to race it, you got a couple of upgrades to do. Watch up E10 on YouTube. He did a great job on showing you what you can do. I'll just give you a quick overview of the car. Just look over it. And that's all. Track says Houston. Please subscribe.